Do you remember when Michael Jackson first did the moonwalk? Or the day Half-Life was released? Maybe today was the day Flaming Hot Cheetos was made? Well, let's find out what this day in history has for us. The Tick and Professor Show?
So, right off the bat, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh
If
my
there ever
god!
was a
Oh
hot
my
mess.
god! That was so good. That was so good. Oh.
Copyright strikes are everywhere.
Yeah, that had nothing, only a little bit to do with actually what happened today in history. I just threw that up there because it was the same name as what happened in history today.
Well, you wanted a copyright strike, let's be honest.
3 sectors of this city.
There it is.
Part of a vast system of barriers.
You know what the worst part is?
That divides the
I
entire
actually remember it like it was
Europe.
yesterday.
General
Oh
Secretary
my gosh.
Gorbachev,
Yep.
if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern
That's Ronald
Europe,
Reagan for anybody that doesn't
if
know.
you seek
That's right.
liberalization,
And we are in
come here
Germany.
to this gate.
In
This was such a big deal.
Berlin.
Open this gate.
Yeah.
So there was a wall that separated East and West Germany, and I mean, actually all of Germany, but then in Berlin there was a wall that separated East and West Berlin. And the East was communist and the West was not. If I remember correctly, I always get all mixed up.
Right. Yeah. We'll definitely know your facts when you hit number 3.
Oh,
Mr. Gorbachev.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Now, my favorite part about, and let me get to the next one, last one.
And I tried to pick the shortest ones too. That
You did a
explained
good
everything.
job. That one was nice.
Okay, good.
It's been 30 years since the Berlin Wall came down.
Well, it's been
The
more
wall
than
was
30
created
now.
after World War
Yeah, I
II
know,
to
but,
keep the
yeah.
eastern and western parts of the city
Yes.
apart.
East and western parts apart.
Its purpose was to stop East Berliners from leaving the communist-run side of the city for the
Can't
more
get out of
affluent,
communist.
democratically ruled West. The wall was heavily guarded,
Wonder if they're going to cover
to the point where
most
guards on the
important thing.
east were given orders to shoot those who tried to cross.
Where's that button?
Running at 96 miles long and standing at 13 feet tall, many lost their lives trying to leave the Soviet Union state.
Yeah, they shot you, literally.
Growing
Right.
success in the West forced those in the East to make economical and political changes. And on the 9th of November
Checkpoint Charlie.
1989, the East Berlin Communist Party announced immediate free travel to the West.
No more. You can leave
The two
now.
sides of the
God,
city
this is
united
such
to
a
tear
big
down the
deal.
wall,
I couldn't
sparking
even
the
imagine,
reunification of
like, their
Germany.
lives.
Millions of East and West Berliners drank and celebrated the fall,
No doubt, dude. This is the first
chanting
time
"Tore
that Germany
off,"
was reunified,
which translates
and it
to
was
"Open the
on
gate."
purpose, right after World War II.
Germany officially reunited on the 3rd of October 1990, 11 months after the fall.
Insane.
A memorial now stands in the place of the historic border strip,
That'd
and
be a cool place to
Checkpoint
go.
Charlie is now one of the country's most popular tourist
Dude, I'd
attractions.
love to go check that out.
Yep.
Germany now sits at number 4 in the most powerful countries in the world.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, a couple of things that I find interesting about what happened in Germany after they reunified. Do you know anything about the communist side? Because I'm going to get it wrong. I
Nope.
think it's the east side, but it's communist.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, Rammstein came from the communist side, and the Berlin Wall dropped right around when Rammstein came out, and it propelled their career. Now that could be a false fact because I throw false facts out all the time, but I do know this one is a true.
You
fact.
mean that dude that was an Olympic swimmer?
I so want to get another. I'm just doing this because I want another copyright strike. I just love copyright strikes.
Because isn't the lead vocalist Ramstein an Olympic swimmer?
I don't know. I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I'm pretty sure he is.
What?
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs of all time.
Now you gotta look it. Now you gotta look it up.
Break the studio, dude. I gotta get the song off of here. Holy crap. Oh my god, I thought I was in mosh pit.
Wow.
But anyway, I love their homage to Office Space, where they take they go out in the field and they start. Let me see if I can find it. It's in this video, unless it's an updated video. They do that a lot. A lot of bands do that. They'll come out with their original video and then they will up. Here it is.
They were updated. Yeah.
This is the section that I was talking about. They're out in the field doing an homage. Well, homage to an homage, because Office Space was an homage to something else. So now we need to find out if the Rammstein drummer, lead singer, was a
Vocalist.
Vocalist.
An Olympic swimmer. I swear I've heard that somewhere.
I like this, and I didn't even get to my fact yet, so this is great. His name is Till Lindenmann. Let me get it on screen. That way, all the people that speak German can yell.
So, the year was 1998, and it was Family Values Tour. And I remember the person next to me that was high as a kite was like, "He's an Olympic swimmer," and it stuck with me ever since.
I think that person was just high as a kite. But let's find out. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going down to discography, poetry, early life. Early life. He was born. There we go. That's excellent.
I mean, he was an Olympic swimmer. I mean, he penetrated that egg to
Saskia
be born.
Was his sister's name. He went to
Olympics
school.
Olympics. Look,
Yep.
look.
He went to boarding
1980
school.
Olympics in Moscow.
And there you go. And he did the 400-meter freestyle and the 1,500-meter freestyle. And he was shortlisted for the 1980 Olympics in Moscow, but left the sport due to an injury. I never liked the sports school, actually.
Pulled the groin.
It was very intense.
Yep.
But as a child, you don't object. That sounds very, very, very communist. You do not object.
Yes.
You do what they tell you.
Object.
So the two things I remember from the Berlin Wall coming down: one, people took the wall home. They literally just grabbed chunks of the wall and went home. Yeah. And now
when I was researching, probably exactly what you're going to say. You can buy chunks of the Berlin Wall. Yeah.
And I'm surprised that Germany hasn't made it illegal to do that. So if you go and you raid tombs in Egypt and places like that, and you get a pharaoh's head, let's say, that's technically not allowed to be owned by you.
Right.
That's owned by the state where you got it. If it was Egypt, it'd be owned by the Egyptians. So I don't know. And then the other part of the story that I remember really well is just how bad a shape the communist side was in. So the communists hated the Germans. And so what they did was they used East Germany as, I think it's East Germany, the communist side, because I always get them flipped.
Yeah.
They used it as a toxic waste dump. It literally took, I think, 2 decades to get the east side, or it took, I don't know how long it was. How long till East Germany was detoxified? And it was a long time. It wasn't a week or two. It took a while. A failed experiment? No. Okay, they're talking about... okay. Yeah, they're not talking about the toxic waste.
Okay, so just come up with something and we'll agree on it.
Oh, that's so funny. West German toxic waste may no longer go east, and this is from 1990. Hundreds of East and West Germans plan to block the entrance to a waste incinerator in East Germany. So they kept sending it to it. even after they were done.
Tear down those walls. Now it's easier to
Yeah,
just
now we can just
ship
send
the
our
shit
toxic
all over there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were sending it out of country. We just sent it
Yeah.
over to the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was a unifying event, meaning that Germany was a very fractured nation at that point. Like I don't know. It's really hard for people who haven't lived through that time period to understand just how fractured the German people were. And now it's like they're like this now. I
Right.
mean, it's really a whole different world. But again, 1989 that was. I can't do math or nothing, but isn't that like a long ass time ago? Almost 40 years at this point.
Oh my God, you're aging us now. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was 102 when that happened, so I'm only.
You know. What did the dinosaurs look like?
Oh well, they were nice. They were nice. They're better as oil though. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
Some of them were kind of annoying though. Some of them just like they'd poop on you. Like you'd just be walking along. And dinosaur poop, man, that's shit's real. That's some real poop, man.
Addicted to coffee enemas.
She's addicted to them. It's true. It's true. They would eat the cocoa beans, and then they poop them out, and then you get this big splat on your head. You think that a bird poop on your car is bad? Yeah, no. You got nothing on this. You got nothing on this. Next story.
1984, Wes Craven's horror film premieres in the U.S.
Kruger! Come on out, you sick bastard! You open this door, Kruger! What do you think I did? I didn't go in there!
This was a game-changing movie.
I'm having these dreams, and there's this man, and he's burned.
I did have a shotgun pulled on me. That was fun.
Fall asleep.
Never sleep again.
You have nothing to worry about.
Freddy Krueger, who was brought to this world in the United States, 1984. And oh my God, I probably saw it 1990 and crap my pants. Yeah.
I did not see it at the theater, but I saw it on videotape very shortly after it came out. I have a friend who's huge into this kind of stuff.
I remember I was scared of bubble baths and just I as a kid watching that I could, oh my God.
That's funny. Well, do you know so one of the more important actors of all time made his film debut on this. We've already talked about this, so you know the answer.
Of course. It's my friend Mr. Johnny Depp, you
Exactly.
know.
Mr. Depp.
Yeah.
I like to call him Mr. Depp.
Mr. Depp.
But yeah, he made his film debut on this, and then he went on to do. He was in a TV show called 21 Jump Street, and they were telling him to break his contract with 21 Jump Street and go make movies. And do you know what Johnny Depp did?
Stayed on 21 Jump Street?
Exactly. He said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to honor my contract. I'm going to make little bit, like he was making literally pennies on the dollar compared to what he was going to make in his film career. And he said, no, nope, not doing it. And so he didn't break the contract. He stayed with 21 Jump Street. And I will tell you, the Hanson brothers are probably some of my favorite characters of all times. Just for anybody out there that is a 21 Jump Street fan. So I have a story about Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's not this one. It's Dream Warrior. I went to the movie theater and because it was out and it had been out for a while. This is years and years later, and I went in and I looked around. There wasn't anybody there, but I get to shows early. Sat in the middle of the theater, sat down, and I'm watching. Hands on my big fat belly, just sitting there watching. Movie comes on. Get about, I don't know, half an hour in. The next reel starts, and it's literally the end sequence of the movie. And then the movie was over.
Oh.
I'm like, what just happened? I walked out and I said, you guys played like the first reel and the last reel and skipped the whole middle of the movie. They're like, oops. I was like, over there, you've got another movie starting, which is called, it looks like it might be a good film. It's something like Die Hard or something. Can I go watch that? Sure. Go watch Die Hard. Awesome. Came out of the movie theater. They gave me another ticket to come back another day. So, Dream Warriors.
So were you the only person in the movie theater?
Only person. Whole theater.
I've done that a couple times because my taste in movies is not everybody's taste.
It's weird though when you're the only person in a theater, man. It's kind of, and especially for a horror film. It's even creepier for a horror film.
When House of a Thousand Corpses came out, I was the only person in there. and then because I liked the movie so much, I had to go see it a second time. And for the first like 25 minutes, it was a packed theater. And then I was the only person in there because they all went on dates, and the girls were like, "I can't watch this." No.
Oh man, that's crazy.
And they're like, "Oh man, honey." And I was just
it's the best film ever. So good. Well, it's time.
Thanks for watching this segment of the TP Show.